This video is all about building one of these. They're beautiful and cheap to make, if you're into that kind of thing. These are the things you're going to need. You're going to need a table saw. If you don't have one, find a friend that does. Or buy one of my lamps so you don't have to do any of this at all. The steamer. This one I found off of Amazon. It was around $65. I'll show you the company's name and the model number. So if you want to pick one up at Amazon, they're really good steamers. I wasn't surprised because the ratings were pretty good. It holds about 2 gallons of water. There's your tank right there. You can't take the top off. It's glued on there. So you would have to fill it up through this fill hole. Through there. You put your water in there. And of course you would turn it on. Hey baby, how you doing? Or by plugging it in, it would then heat up the water, turn it into steam, and then out the pipe it goes. Now, or the hose. The hose and all the fittings come with the steamer. So out of the steamer it goes, and the hose will end up in your steam pipe. Your steam pipe is something that you will have to buy from Home Depot or Lowe's or something like that. It's very simple 25-inch pipe. It has a 6-inch diameter opening. There we are. They didn't have the caps that I wanted, so I had to get drain pipe caps. And what I did is I just put a piece of plywood in there to plug up the grate holes. Put a handle on it so I wouldn't burn myself when I opened it up, which doesn't really help too much, but it looks cool. And then underneath, drill drain hole. That all the excess water from the steam is going to drain out of that into a bucket. The steamer builds up enormous amount of pressure, so if you don't have a drain hole, caps will pop off. And then there's steam everywhere, and it's just chaotic. So now let's talk about the wood choices we have. We have walnut, which is pretty easy to bend, and we have oak, which is easier to bend, especially when steaming. So quickly, let's talk about the base. I saved you all the pain and agony of watching me cut up a 4x8. So there it is. It's just a piece of fir with a inlay of walnut that I put in there. It's that easy. Any size you want, doesn't really matter. Oh, and then we have our 2 pieces of 1/16 oak that we're going to be steaming next. Can you see that? Is that working? No. Zoom in. Okay, it's been over an hour, and we'll want to check the wood to make sure it's not oversteamed or understeamed. Think of it like vegetables. If it's oversteamed, vegetables get really mushy, and you don't want mushy wood. So the steam's about 200 degrees, and it is hot, horribly hot. Just check real quick to see if we can get this bend about the tube. So it's just about perfect. Okay, we'll get the tube here. I want to make a certain pattern. I'm going to bend it around like so. I kind of feel in case the wood cracks, you know that you need to steam it a little bit longer or stick it over the steam that's coming out of the tube. So we're doing pretty good. That piece. And really your imagination is the only thing holding you back. Create that look that you want. So at this point I'm going to clamp it. 2 inches. I love oak. It's very forgiving. Alright, so here's the end result. This is what I wanted to build. And that was more or less the design. And this is what it ended up as. Some things had to change. Remember the base, how small it was? The figure was too big, had to add to the base. So I added the base. There's a little popsicle that the kid dropped. If you haven't figured it out already, there's Mom. And there's the kid. And he has dropped his ice cream, and then the mom's comforting the kid because he dropped the ice cream. Anyway, I wanted it made out of only 2 pieces of steamed wood. Unfortunately, I had to do more than that. You can only bend wood so much before it breaks, right? So I had to go a different route with it. Anyway, there it is. Light bulb, Home Depot. It's an LED bulb, so it doesn't produce any heat, and that's a good thing when you have a piece of wood wrapped around it. There's the base. So I added a base to it. The reason why I added a base to it is you're going to see a slot right there. There's one there, and then there's one there, and of course one there. That way you can move the cord any way you want to. Versatility. For it to become versatile. And then underneath it there's a screw holding it together. Those are your feet, but it also holds your cell phone. Okay? So there it is in all its glory. Really easy to do. If you have any questions, get a hold of me through Facebook.